This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello, and welcome back to Movie Battles here on the Flying Cow, where we take the very best in Disney, Pixar, movie trivia, and we put them head to head. I, of course, am your host, Clay Johnson, the Flying Cow himself, and here with me today, very special guest, the Dynasty, David Campbell. David, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm very pleased to be back. I can't wait to call this match a tournament match. The stakes couldn't be higher. I'm excited. I need to control myself. Oh, I'm shaking.
Absolutely. It's been a while, but I knew I had to get you back for tournament season. As you said, this is a first round tournament match. Whoever wins this match will be moving on to the second round. We will just have to see who that is. But today we have the Theytriarch, Adelaide Spence, taking on MadDog, Brian Nussbaum. It is sure to be exciting.
It's going to be exciting. I have had the pleasure of calling one of the MadDog's matches in the past, a triple threat, a very seasoned competitor, a formidable competitor. Adelaide, a new entity for me. I can't wait to see how this one shakes out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, what do you say we go ahead and bring in today's competitors?
Let's do it.
All right. Introducing first, representing them with a record of 1 win, 2 defeats, they are the Theytriarch, Adelaide Spence. Spence, how are we today?
I'm just really confused why Brian's mad. Like, did I do something?
You know
why
what?
is he a dog?
He's
There's
been
no
mad since he joined. I'm not sure what it was that did the trick, but
he's winning. Why is he mad? He's better than me. We can just move on.
Well, Spence, I was just about to ask you what you think your chances are today, but it sounds like you don't have much hope. But
I have one thing on my side, and it's this man, a mad cat ready to just shit on the floor for some reason.
All right.
So hopefully we're even today.
You got a mad cat ready to take on the mad dog. Sounds like a good plan. So what do you say we go ahead and bring Brian in? And his opponent, representing the MadDogs with a record of 4 wins, 2 defeats, and 2 knockouts. He is a 2022 Elimination Gauntlet member of the Final 5. He is MadDog Brian Nussbaum. Brian, how are you today, sir?
Pretty good. Spence was so scared he had $2 let me join the Zoom app.
They're definitely afraid of you, of what you might do here today. But I am excited to see this match. How do you feel like your chances are?
Really good. I saw some Spence's early matches. He did pretty okay. And anything could happen in tournament season, best season of all.
All right. Well, sounds like a plan. So what do you say we go ahead and bring Spence back? All right. So let's go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 1. All right. In round number 1, 8 questions from random categories will be given to all competitors. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write down their answers. Answers must be spoken aloud when revealing your response. All questions in this round are worth 1 point. If either competitor gets all 8 questions correct, they will have a perfect round and receive a 1-point bonus question. Competitors also have 3 repeats. If at any point you need to hear a question again or need a little bit more time, use your repeats. Competitors also have a challenge. If they disagree with the ruling of a question, they can challenge. If the challenge is upheld, they will keep their challenge. There is no stealing in this round. All right. So, competitors, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. David, are you ready?
Oh, I can't wait. Let's get this match underway.
All right. Well, then I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a movie battle. Action begin. And we will start in round number 1. Question number 1 in the category of early classics and classics, films of the 30s through the 50s. And your question: which film features a cavern full of jewels and a deer being ridden like a horse?
Clay, I need a cavern full of jewels.
Right? Right? I'm like, why is this not in everyone's backyard?
Yeah, we should all have a cavern full of jewels, gold, whatever. We need it.
Yeah, I think that would make us all a lot happier.
Indeed.
4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and Spence, we are starting with you.
It was either Uncut Gems or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I think you chose the right one. That is correct. Brian?
I would have to put Fantasia.
Oh, all right. So, Spence going to an early lead, 1-0, going into question number 2.
It's first blood here for Spence, but question number 2 comes in the category of the Renaissance, mostly the 90s here. Your question: what is the name of Belle and Maurice's horse in Beauty and the Beast? Clay, would you like to live in a little town in such a quiet village?
You know, I gotta say, I understand that she's done with it, but I always thought that looked like a nice little French town.
I'd love a quaint town. That would be great.
I'm like, I want to talk to the baker and have a bookshop keeper that's my friend.
That'd be
And sit
amazing.
and talk with the goats at the fountain. That sounds great.
And pies.
Is everyone not friends with their librarian?
And 1.
That's normal.
All right, Brian, what did you have?
Philippe.
That is correct. And Spence?
I just put Maximus.
It's leveled
That's
up.
a tight
It's
one.
leveled up.
So Brian ties it back up at 1, going into question number 3 in the category of dark times. These are, of course, the films of the 2000s. Yes, 2000s. In which film will you find a villain known as the Green-Eyed Man?
Sounds like a country song, Clay. The Green-Eyed Man.
Yeah,
Travel down
yeah.
the road.
In fact, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there is a country song or a song called Brown-Eyed Girl. So
Yes, Van
Brown-Eyed
Morrison.
Girl, Green-Eyed Man. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they should hook up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Blue eyes crying in the rain. Yeah, all sorts of eye colors going on here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, starting with Spence.
Home on the Range.
Home on the Range is incorrect. Brian,
Released in 2008, Bolt.
it is
Oh.
Bolt.
Yeah.
All right. So Brian takes a 1-point lead, 2-1.
Yep, and fourth question is in the category of Pixar, folks. Which film features performances by Brad Bird, Will Arnett, Ian Holm, and Brian Dennehy? Love a bit of Pixar. A lot of good announcements. D23.
Yeah, there's some great. I honestly didn't catch all of the announcements. I heard about a few. I heard there's an Inside Out 2.
Oh,
Which, sounds
2024, I
interesting.
believe,
Wondering
releasing.
how they're gonna do that. We'll see.
Yeah.
5,
can't wait.
4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, Brian, what did you have?
Ratatouille.
That is correct. And Spence?
It's an eggplant, yellow squash, tomato, and zucchini in a light romesco sauce, ratatouille.
Very
Brilliant
nice.
stuff.
Where's my
Spence
food
giving us a
question?
recipe. All right. So holding Brian to a 1-point lead, 3-2, going into the next question, which is in the category of hybrid and Muppets. And your question: In which hybrid film are characters encouraged to feed the birds?
My town has a seagull problem, Clay. I would
Do
shout
they?
at anyone who tried to feed the birds.
Don't feed the birds, they're dirty. Yeah.
I'm the crazy man at the window.
You know what you get when you feed the birds? Fat birds. That's what happens.
Angry birds.
4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, going to Spence.
Mary Poppins.
That is correct, Brian.
Walt Disney's favorite song, Feed the Birds, and Mary Poppins.
Oh,
Very
another
nice.
another point apiece there. But will they decline as we enter into the world of Decline in the Wilderness, 60s and 80s? All right. In The Sword and the Stone, what is the name of the witch who fights Merlin in a wizard's duel? I would hate to go in a decline, Clay.
Yeah,
I feel it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, there have been times that I felt like I've been on a steady decline for years now, but some might say that the best is ahead. Who knows? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, Brian, what did you have?
Mad and Mim.
Correct. That is correct, Brian. And Spence?
Shout out to my girl Kelly. Mad Madam Mim.
Another point apiece there.
All right, very nice, very nice. So, currently Brian leads 5-4 going into the next question, which is in, of course, everyone's favorite category, package films. The short collections of the 40s. And your question: which of these is not a segment in Fun and Fancy Free? Bongo, Trees, or Mickey and the Beanstalk?
These package film questions, Clay. This is your cruel
Trees.
side coming out. Your dark side.
When I made this a main category, especially in round 1, there were a lot of people that were like, "Why? Why are you doing this to us?"
We're not perfect. It's fine. Nothing's gonna change.
4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, starting with Spence.
Trees.
Trees is correct. Brian.
My favorite package film, Trees.
Nice.
All right.
Very
Very,
good.
very nice.
That is lovely. That is beautiful. A very competitive play so far. Can it continue in question 8 with the CG Revolution? Which Disney animated film was released in the year 2018? That's a tricky question, Clay. That's a juicy one. I like it.
Little bit of a turnaround on the movie release dates because there were so few during those times.
Yeah.
You can ask specific years because usually there's only 1, maybe 2 that were
Yeah.
produced by that studio. 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right. And Brian, what did you have?
A Birds for the Christmas Scene, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
That is correct, 100%. And Spence?
Raw Fresh Internet. I
Correct. Lovely.
don't want to be.
All right, Spence, hoping that Brian might miss that one and tie it up. All right, so Brian, at the end of round number 1, Brian currently leads by 1.7 to 6. So close, anybody's game. So let's go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 2. All right, in round number 2, also known as the wheel round, each competitor will spin the wheel up to 2 times. If they do not like their first spin, they can choose to spin again, unless of course they land on opponent's choice, in which case they are stuck with that. Competitors will get 4 questions in their category. Questions in this round are worth 2 points. Multiple choice is available, however, if they use it, the value of the question drops to 1 point. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. Opponents may steal if a competitor gives an incorrect response. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right, so We are going to go ahead. Brian, you are, like I said, in the lead by 1 point, so you get the choice. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to Spence?
I'll let the rookie go first. I'll let Spence go first.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring up the wheel. All right, so Spence, can you see the wheel?
Yes.
All right, then Spence, this spin is yours. All right, round and round. Will it land on anything favorable? And we have landed on actors. These are, of course, voiceover and live action performances. Spence, would you like to keep it or spin again?
I will spin again.
And spin again. All right, so whatever we land on next is what we are stuck with, and oh boy, have landed on Muppets.
Oh, it's time to put on makeup.
All right, so
I'll light the lights.
obviously, Spence not too thrilled about spinning this category. We will have to see if maybe they can, surprise themselves. And going into the 4 questions in the category of Muppets, and Spence, I will be reading these questions too. All right, so Spence, your first question in the category of Muppets. What is the name of the Muppets knockoff group Fozzie works with in The Muppets?
The Muppets.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. Moving on to your second question. What Sesame Street character makes a cameo in The Great Muppet Caper?
Big Bird.
That is incorrect. So, Brian, you are going to get the opportunity to steal. What Sesame Street character makes a cameo in The Great Muppet Caper?
Oscar the Grouch.
Is Oscar the Grouch for a 2-point steal. All right. So Brian actually regaining the lead. Still only up by 1 point as we continue with Spence's round. Going now to the penultimate question in this round. In the Muppet movie, what is the name of Gonzo's chicken girlfriend?
Oh, I should absolutely know this. It's no multiple choice.
All right. And your options there. Is it A, Camilla, B, Henrietta, C, Priscilla, or D, Louise?
Those are great options. I'll go with Camilla.
Camilla is correct for 1 point.
The new Queen of England.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so with that, Spence actually ties the game up at 9. See if they can gain a lead going into this final question. In Muppets from Space, who first tells Gonzo that he is an alien and should contact his people?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice it is. All right. Your options there. Is it A, a sandwich, B, Ray Liotta, C, the cosmic fish, or D, Bobo the bear?
What is this movie?
Muppets from Space.
Give me the options.
All right, you get a free repeat of the options. Is it A, a sandwich, B, Ray Liotta, C, the cosmic fish, or D, Bobo the bear?
So hear me out. Some people like to use olives for eyes for their sandwiches because they're weird and olives are gross. So I'll say A.
That is incorrect. All right, so Brian, you are going to get the opportunity to steal. In Muppets from Space, who first tells Gonzo that he is an alien and should contact his people? Is it A, a sandwich, B, Ray Liotta, C, the cosmic fish, or D, Bobo the bear?
I remember during this Shining Star segment, it was Cosmic Fish.
It is the Cosmic Fish.
Of course
for
it
a
is.
1 point steal. I will say he does speak to a sandwich, but that
Does
is
it have
later in
olives
the
for
film.
eyes?
No, I don't think so. No.
It's a great idea, though.
It's a good idea. Yeah. All right. So with that, Brian currently has a 1 point lead going into his part of round number 2. So let's go ahead and bring up the wheel. Perhaps Brian or Spence will get the opportunity to steal.
Opponent's choice.
All right. Brian, can you see the wheel?
Yes, I can.
All right. Then this spin is yours.
Spin is in.
And you have landed on Dark Times. These are, of course, the films of the 2000s. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'll spin again, please.
We're gonna spin again. I think we all know what Brian is looking for, but we will see if. Oh, apparently the wheel
Yeah.
wants him
Okay.
to have Dark
I was
Times.
alive.
It
All right.
was
These-
preordained.
I was allowed to do the second too.
All
I'm
right,
a child.
so Brian, you are going to get 4 questions in the category of the Dark Times, the films of the 2000s, and these questions are going to be asked to you by none other than the Dynasty, David Campbell.
These are dark times, and there is no denying it. Brian, your first question in this category. In the film, what is the name of Chicken Little's pig friend? And we need the full name.
Voiced by Steve Zahn, Run to the Litter.
That is correct for 2 points. Front of the letter is correct. Well in, Brian. Great start to this round. Your second question. What is the name of the establishment Jim and his mother run in Treasure Planet?
None of us have seen this one. Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are as follows. Is it A, the Benbow Tavern, B, the Benbow Inn, C, the Admiral Benbow, or D, the Benbow?
B?
B is correct for 1 point. He didn't sound too confident, but he got that point there in the end. It does not matter. Your third question here, Brian. Other than the Green-Eyed Man, what is the name of the villain Bolt believes has kidnapped Penny?
I believe it's Dr. Calico.
Dr. Calico is 100% correct. That is 2 points for you, Brian. Well done. And to finish off here, to get 4 out of 4 in round 2, in Lilo and Stitch, what is the first job Stitch causes Nanny to lose?
I believe he was in a restaurant. So, I'll do multiple choice to be safe.
No worries, it's a smart play. Your multiple choice options are, is it A, a luau server, B, a lifeguard, C, a surf shop employee, or D, a hula dancer?
A.
A is correct for 1 point, Brian. Well done. A couple of sticky points, but navigated your way around that smartly. It's a veteran strategy from Brian there.
Absolutely, and walks out of that round with 6 points on his own. Now has a 7-point lead, 16-9, going into round number 3. So let us go ahead and bring up the rules for that round. All right, in round number 3, competitors will choose 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 20 that correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor will receive 3 questions that range from 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. There is no stealing or multiple choice in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right, so as we said, Brian is currently in the lead. So Brian, you get to choose your 3 numbers first. What sounds good?
10, 18, and 4.
10, 18, and 4?
Yep.
All right. And Spence?
I'll do 2, 3, and 11.
2, 3, and 11. All right. So, as we said, Spence is currently down by 7 points. So, in order to avoid the TKO and send it back to Brian, they are going to have to answer a few questions. So, Spence, we are going to start with your 2-point question. You chose number 2. That comes to the category of the CG Revolution, the films of the 2010s to the present. And your question, 2 points. What type of animal is Nick Wilde in Zootopia?
Fox.
Fox is correct for 2 points. All right. So we're going to move on now to your 3-point question. This comes to us in the category you chose number 3. That's the category of the dark times, films of the 2000s. Okay. And your question for 3 points. In Lilo and Stitch, what is the name of the redheaded girl who makes fun of Lilo?
Oh, she's the worst. It's a
All we
great
need is
question.
the first.
Yeah. If I knew the first of it, I'd say it. Oh. I feel like Stacy's original. Let's go that way.
So your answer was?
Stacy.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Myrtle. Myrtle Edwards.
Oh, that's even worse. No, yeah, that's way better.
All right. So it all then comes down to your 5-point question. You are currently down by 5. So should you hit this, you will tie things up and force Brian to answer at least his 2-point question. So, Spence, you chose number 11, and that relates to the category of movie quotes.
Oh, I'm good. I'm see you guys. All right. Ugh.
All right. So, as a reminder, if Spence hits this, they will tie it up with Brian. However, if they miss, Brian will win by TKO and move on to the second round of the tournament. So your question for 5 points in movie quotes. And as a reminder, you still have all 3 repeats. In what film will you find the line, "I didn't make it all the way through 3rd grade for nothing"?
Oh. Repeat the question.
Okay, that's your first one. All right. In movie quotes for 5 points. In what film will you hear the line, "I didn't make it all the way through 3rd grade for nothing"?
Repeat the question.
All right. Got one more. In what film will you hear the line, "I didn't make it all the way through 3rd grade for nothing"?
I'm stuck. I'll just say Oliver and Company. Yeah, no.
And your winner by TKO, MadDog Brian Nussbaum. We were looking for the Rescuers Down Under.
Oh, that's fair.
All right. So, congratulations, Brian. Well fought match. Spence, we will see you both in just a second for post-match interviews.
Wow.
Well,
Clay.
there you go. Yeah. It all came down to that second round.
Yes, 100%.
Spence was right with Brian all the way, and it just, I mean, they got, the moment they got that category on the wheel, they knew that they were going to have a tough time.
And it's a tough one, and it comes down all like wheel slices when you're not confident with a slice, that plays a factor. But it also comes down to strategy in that round. I think Brian just had a superior strategy. Even if he was like 70% sure, went down to the multiple choice, Spence, that Big Bird one was the real killer. That was a 4-point swing. Like, you know what I mean? That is a pivotal point in the matchup. But fair play, both competitors played well, and Brian just going forward, he's got to be considered a favorite in this tournament, doing really well here.
He's definitely going to be tough to beat. So what do you say we go ahead and go to our post-match interviews?
Let's go for it.
All right. Well, here we have the Theytriarch, Adelaide Spence, unfortunately not successful today. Spence, I gotta say, not a bad showing, but how do you feel about how you did today?
I think we've like the way I got in here today was by winning. I forgot the name of it, like the smaller event of just like the mini free for all kind of thing.
Yeah.
I am solid in round one. I went perfect against Dan. I know in round one.
Yeah.
The specificity of round two gets to me. And round three will just stab me in the neck repeatedly.
Yeah, those round three questions can be rather tough. It really does come down to the categories. That
I was digging. I was like, how many films have like little kids? And I think her name's Julia or something, like in Oliver and Company. I'm like, I can't think of anyone else. I just blanked on both Rescuers movies, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it is tough. So, like I said, unfortunately, this does mean that you are out of the tournament. This is the end, as far as we can tell right now, the end of your season. But you do have next season, and I gotta say, I am excited to see what you might do coming up in season 3.
Just give me someone who I don't need to go to round 3 again. So if I can TKO someone, I'm good. My biggest weakness is out of the building.
All right. Well, thanks again, Spence. We'll see you later. All right. Well, here we have today's winner, MadDog, Brian Nussbaum. Brian, obviously you had a great match here today. How do you feel now, not only about today's match, but now knowing that you will be going into round number 2 in this tournament?
I'm glad I finally played some new people that I've been asking for, some players they're faced in this league.
Yeah, you definitely have some new competitors coming up here. You've never faced Spence before. And Pardis and David, I don't think you faced either one of them.
I only faced Pardis in Gauntlet to Final 5, I believe.
Sure, but that's not the same as a one-on-one match. So whoever it is coming up, you've got possibly a new competitor. So yeah, definitely some new blood headed your way. But I got to ask you, how do you feel about your chances going forward in the tournament?
Feeling good. As long as I get questions that I know, I'll be good. If some of them are not sure about, I'll do my best to answer them.
All right. I guess that's all we can really do. So again, congratulations, Brian, and we will see you further on in the tournament. Well, there you have it. We have one more person moving on to round number 2. Excited for Brian. Good luck to him. And like I said, Spence, not a bad showing today. Just got some bad luck in on the wheel, and then round number 3.
And it's, luck plays a major factor in these games, with the categories, with the wheel. I think also next time, Muppets is a weakness. get in the Wikipedia, go and have a wee look at the names of the Muppets, you know.
Well, and I think they actually even nailed more of those questions than they might have expected to
totally.
hit. So that's you know, that's always a good sign.
Yeah.
But I do want to say thank you to everyone who's watching. I hope that you are enjoying the tournament so far. I know that we are enjoying doing it. We have a lot more coming up, not just the tournament. We have which I hope you do like, subscribe, you know, share us with your friends, comment down below about this match. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, things like that. But also don't forget to check out all of the possible podcasts we have on the Flying Cow podcast feed, which you can find anywhere you find podcasts. And also don't forget to check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/the Flying Cow. We've got a lot of great benefits over there, some of them specific for movie battles. So go check those out. But in order to see any of that, you got to stay here. You got to stay watching. And as always, move.
Moo.